Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? Y'all know who this is, man. And y'all know why we're here. We are here for the Monday edition of the Fade Hour. I got my drink on deck, and I advise y'all to do the same. I don't care what y'all got to do tomorrow morning. Get your drinks, get your smoke. It's the damn Fade Hour. This is the Golden Voice. Let me go ahead and swing it around the room so everybody can introduce themselves, and we're gonna jump right into it like we normally do.
What up, world? It's your boy News, representing News. Man, all right, world. I'll admit it. I'm already faded. I couldn't even get my trademark off right. You know what I'm saying? So, again, what up, world? It's your boy News, representing Ringside Rave all day. Y'all know what it is with me, man. Hey, so I was chilling earlier with my homie Leon in the champ side. Doing that, had the Platinum OG ablaze. Been chilling, eating the Pringles and sipping on some rock in between shows. And now we're here with the Fade Hour. I'm ready. Let's get to it.
What up, y'all? It's your boy Smoke from at Free Smoke Boxing. On deck, I got some H2O because y'all know that I'm on the smoke break. So let's get to this boxing.
Yeah. What's good, Joe? It's Pascal, the New England representative. And as always, man, I got my glass of Merlot on me, to wash this pool barbecue chicken down. So let's get to this.
What's up, y'all? It's Leon. At the champ side, I'm just chilling, man. Let's get in it.
And definitely, man. In a little bit, we are expected to be joined by our man P, Bodega Boxing. And he is going to be mad that he's going to miss this portion, at least initially, because he's a big Thurman fan. And there have been advanced talks, today that they're saying there have been advanced talks of a July 13th-ish pay-per-view between Pacquiao and Thurman. And yeah, I know, a lot of times styles make fights. This seems like this has the potential to be a real good one. I just want to get y'all opinion on it. I know Smoke's been very vocal about it throughout the day.
Where are we gonna see this fight?
We're going to have to contact your local cable provider. And you're going to have to shell out possibly $75 or more to see this fight. You go ahead, just go.
Yeah, so let's go from there. So July 13th, right? That'll be 7 months into the year, and one company is giving us 3 pay-per-views at $75 a crack. Another company is giving us 1, and we're paying for DAZN and all that shit off top. Look, Pacquiao Thurman would be a good fight. It would be a great fight to see on Fox for no extra money. But they are pushing this shit that is a good fight that, unless it has like 3 other great fights on the undercard, it's not worth seeing for a fucking pay-per-view. And look, I know that we're going to the movie theaters, but that's still $24 a crack. Like, think about that. 24 like 4 times a year, because there's going to be one at the end of the year too. That's not even counting if DAZN, like if Canelo fights Triple G again or some shit like that. So my whole thing is like, yeah, it's a good fight. Manny Pacquiao is a legend. Keith Thurman is he's working off some rust, so it would be real interesting. But you're seriously going to tell me that I have to pay $75 to watch this at home, $20-ish to watch it at the movie theater? Fuck that shit. And that's really how I feel about it. Like I said, it would be a good fight, but we're getting to the point where you're gonna see people saying just good fights, like Hurd versus Charlo. If it happens, it's gonna be on pay-per-view, but maybe they'll have like a pay-per-view junior segment that's only like $25. But what I'm saying is, it's
regular pay-per-view.
Right.
So I'm done. That's what I gotta say about it.
Man, tell them why you're mad, Smoke.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? No, but I mean, I feel you on that. I mean, as most of you know, I've talked about PBC's string from its original strategies and stuff like that, and the fact that they're actually doing these pay-per-views all of a sudden, that's kind of left field. I mean, It's like before they used to, hey, we're gonna kill pay-per-view, but now they don't need pay-per-view because they gotta meet the guarantees of these fighters, especially Manny Pacquiao, who demands $20 million to fight minimum. So
HBO got retired because they wanted to push pay-per-view. Fuck that.
Yeah, yeah, that's incredible. That's right. But I have no problem with the fight itself. I mean, I always say, like with Thurman would have a chance to knock off a legend once and for all, and then conversely, you have Manny Pacquiao, who has a chance to take the zero of who I think is the number one welter in the division, and make this generation of welters look bad if he does it. So I mean, the fight itself is intriguing. Now, pay-per-view, if they're gonna do this, they have to stack this card. I mean, they did. I mean, I had no problem with Pacquiao Broner in terms of the undercard. I thought that was a well put together undercard. They need to copy that strategy again, and this time they need to put some heat on there. At least 2 5-star heat, and then one that that's just to start some shit off right, like they do in WWE superstars back in the day. So yeah, that's my thoughts on it.
Man, me personally, I don't mind the fight because I don't see who else Manny Pacquiao going to fight. He's damn sure not fighting Errol Spence. I knew it when he forgot English when he got in the ring. Like I was saying, he was peer pressured that night. He wanted no work, and so that's not an option for him. He can't fight Shawn Porter. That's not a fight that he want to lose. Like we've seen how he already fought against Jeff Horn, so he definitely don't want that type of rough and tumble fight with a Shawn Porter. Right. And then that leaves you with Keith Thurman with the tennis elbow. And I don't know, man.
There's Danny Garcia lurking in the wings, but I guess he has to try to get by Granados first before he
exactly. He just fighting in April, so he not fighting in July.
Right?
Yeah.
He ain't fighting until next April.
I think that Thurman could beat Pacquiao though. If Thurman is healthy, if Thurman's elbow is if it was just rust, is why he looked like he did against Jose Cito Lopez, I think he could beat Manny Pacquiao.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think he would though? Or
I think
so.
He could?
It depends on his elbow.
I think he will. I'm gonna pick him.
It really depends on his elbow.
I think it's. I mean, you put away all the bullshit that's associated with the pay-per-view, and it's a 55-45 fight, depending on what you lean on.
In that one, I mean, I'd probably lean towards Pacquiao on that 55-45 split, only because, like I said, Pacquiao looked pretty good against Broner, and Thurman nearly got knocked out by Jose Cito Lopez, which is alarming. So which is kind of alarming. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Keith is like a slight underdog, or they're both like underdogs or whatever in betting wise. So it's it all depends what Keith comes up with. It's really because I mean Pacquiao, he's right for a take. He's getting older now. I mean, you got to that's the way of boxing. Someone has to get rid of old man Pacquiao.
For real.
Yeah, I think as far as the pay-per-view, I think it's pay-per-view mostly because of like what Pat said, what Manny Pacquiao demands as a fighter. I think that's why a lot of these fights we seen get made, like Crawford versus Khan, is pay-per-view, mostly because of what they gotta pay the fighters just to actually make the fights happen. That or they fight your regular jobbers and they get whatever they get and they fight on regular TV. So it's bad for the fans that we have every time we get a good fight. It seemed like it's going to be pay-per-view. But as far as the fight itself, I think stylistically it's a good fight. And like we were saying earlier, I think both fighters are in positions where they want to pick each other. Because I don't think, when Thurman had the belt and Pacquiao had the WBA belt, they could have fought then. But they didn't fight. Pacquiao was on top rank then. But now they're eager to fight each other because they see each other as both vulnerable, I mean, I think Keith always wanted to fight Pacquiao because he's Asian, so you're only gonna get older, right? It's not like it's going in reverse, but Whereas right now, Pacquiao wasn't really looking to fight Thurman 2 years ago or a year ago after he beat after he beat Porter, after he beat Garcia. But now he like seeing that José Lopez fight, seeing what Errol Spence did to Mikey Garcia, weighing the options, the high risk, and what's the highest payday, and I think he got his eyes set on Keith Thurman.
I mean, if the pressure that José Lopez applied to Keith Thurman is nothing compared to what Manny Pacquiao can do if he catches you, off balance or even just buzzes you once, and he's got that forward momentum.
Right. I mean, the thing is, do you actually see Pacquiao really backing up Keith Thurman like that?
With one good shot, yes, I do.
Possibly, but Thurman, I think we all agree, he seems to like fight to the level of his damn opposition.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah!
Like it seems like he'll turn it up in a big fight, but then somebody that's lesser competition, he'll fight to their level. Like, in my opinion, outside of a few rounds against Lopez where he was hurt really bad, he dominated him. But those 2 rounds where he had the lulls in him, you thinking, man, if Pacquiao can get him hurt like that, he might get him out of there. But Thurman just somehow be turning it up in a big fight. So we'll see. Hopefully it gets made. Hopefully it won't be 75. But goddamn, it seems like it will be.
No, I mean, if it was like a $20 pay-per-view or some shit like that,
yeah.
I mean, I know you're laughing, but I mean, shit, they would sell more at 25 and probably make more money than they would at 75.
Yeah.
Man, I don't think I've seen a $20 big time pay-per-view ever.
That's what you call the zone.
Yeah, good point. There you go. You're right.
Yeah. It is the zone. Yeah, the zone. $20 gets you what you need for the month.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you don't know what you're gonna get, but you paying $20. That's for sure.
Right.
Man, yo,
it's like Cracker Jack box.
Nah, you were about to say something, Smoke?
Nah, I mean, before Before Vodstick's opponent, had to resign.
Mumbu or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah,
I can't
Dudu Mbungu or what the fuck ever. That fight before it, the welterweight fight for the dude that's number 1 will be the Mando for Terrence Crawford.
Him and Ray Robinson.
Yeah, that was legit one of the most difficult fights that I've had to watch.
Yeah, it was.
Like, that's one of the worst fights I've ever seen. And I almost fell asleep / did fall asleep 2 to 3 times in it.
I almost went to that fight too.
Damn, dude. You should call up Top Rank and ask for a refund just because you thought it going.
But no, I mean, the only positive thing about that fight is,
that is over with.
Yeah, that it ended.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck? The positive thing about it, we gotta see this dude get his ass kicked by Terrence Crawford. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, it's a draw, so there's probably gonna be no mandatory either that, or they're gonna go down the line and see who's like number 3 or whatever for the fucking WBO. But I don't think Lee Machine or Ray Robinson. Although Ray Robinson has actually been in entertaining fights, which is the fun. Both of them actually been in entertaining fights, but I think this is just the style clash. Ray Robinson didn't want to get knocked out, and Lee Machine, unfortunately, is has some of that Eastern European issue with movers. So
I didn't know. Not to cut you off, I didn't know Ray Robinson. He has the last victory over Crawford. I think he said something. He alluded to the fact, like in the amateurs or something.
Oh
like
yeah,
that. So,
he's talked about that a lot.
Yeah, it is. Hey, it's not.
The new Ray Robinson.
Well, let me say, shout out to one of our followers, Hamed92. He always shouting us out and showing love. So I want to say what's up to him on the air.
Yeah, definitely.
What up, bro?
And I see Maul, your boy Pot Roast. He asking why won't Pac fight Earl? Right?
He forgot he don't know English.
We know why Pac won't fight Earl. He don't want that big man. He don't want that beating, man. He got put to sleep once before. He got put to sleep once before on the pay-per-view national stage in America. I don't think he wants that to happen again. And he's too small. He know he's too small. He really back for a check. We thought Mikey Garcia just wanted a check. Manny Pacquiao came back strictly for a check. He's for the path of least resistance.
I mean,
right.
Pacquiao's like, what, 41?
Somewhere around there, yeah, 41. Yeah, I mean
41.
I mean,
he kind of been on that path.
Yeah, I mean, if you look
he tried to pick off. Yeah, because he tried to pick off Jeff Horn and didn't get the decision. You know what I'm saying? He was trying to get that victory.
Australia.
Go like cash on that nigga.
Yeah, he was set up in that Horn fight, like I said, because he wouldn't fight. I mean, I know Aaron wanted Crawford and Pac, and we all wanted it, but you know, it's just like, I mean, it's hard to fight fighters to actually beat him. So I mean, Horn was pretty much, as long as his ass was standing at the end of the 12th round, he was going to win that fight. Because they had, they had to get the belt off him, and Jeff Horn was the wrestling version of a transitional champion. Although he had a title defense, for fuck's sake,
Jack Swagger.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, Jeff Horn was like Christian, with that 1 or 2 day WWE ride, and then he was forced to job, shortly after. Man. Fucking Jeff Horn, man. That fight still pisses me off. Fucking, like Jeff Horn, all he did was headbutt and he fucking won a belt. Fuck out of here.
The thing is, Manny probably got paid, a tall amount for that, and that's what he, like we were saying, that's what he's here for now.
And also, and of course, now that I mentioned the fight, shout out to the fuckery of a drunk Tim Bradley and a drunk Teddy Atlas. Who provided some absolutely classic commentary that night that had all of us rolling.
Shout out to Tim Bradley for being awesome.
Yeah, he go.
Just for that night, not overall, man. Let's get it together, man. Just for that night, because he was drunk and he was saying all types of wild shit. That had me laughing.
Yo,
this ain't
bro. You had something to say?
Go down. Pat trying to throw his Tim Bradley shade on there.
I wanted to bring up a potential fight. I think you guys will be able to confirm it for me, but they are mentioning Charlo and the contender, Brandon Adams.
Yeah.
Has that been confirmed? Or that just talks, or is it kind of in the latter final stages of making it official?
I've heard Triple G got the fight first. Neither one is official yet. But Triple G was the stronger rumor. I don't know. But in terms of I guess his rescue one for Brandon Adams, Triple G obviously is the better puncher, but he's older. Charlo, he can go around for Charlo, but he may get bit. He won't get beat up that bad.
Right.
I guess it just comes down to the money. How much is PBC offering? How much is the Zone offering?
Brandon Adams took that PBC money.
Yeah,
the Zone must not be offering enough money.
Well, the Zone paying
not enough subscribers.
Triple G, 8 figures a fight.
Nigga said the contender had more subscribers. I'm not fighting on no damn DAZN.
Well, you came in with the gut punches. But I don't know, man. Now it is weird because if Charlo and Adams are scheduled to fight, if they do make that finalized, then what the hell does that leave Triple G at?
Waiting for Canelo.
Yeah, he's just waiting for Canelo. He just need one fight and then Canelo.
Everyone knows that I throw massive shade at Triple G. This is not shade. This is just reality. Triple G is just waiting for the perfect mid-level opponent to fight. Then he can fight Canelo again. That's all he's trying to do.
And that's true. And I'm just trying to figure out who the hell can be a stay busy that's available.
Look at 154. Look at 147. You can go all places. It's Triple G. He'll fight anyone.
Shit. Yeah, that's true. Time running out.
What's that?
Spence Porter.
Spence by easy decision. You mean? I'm serious. Like, I just don't see what the hell Porter can do that's gonna make Spence trouble. Like, I just don't see it. Like, I don't. He's not a better boxer. I mean, he's not gonna hurt him. Like, what the fuck? So I'm saying, I just want the belt to get off Porter anyway. Whether it be Thurman or whether it be Spence, I want that belt up off Porter. I know that's your Ohio players. I'm sorry. Shout out to Baker Mayfield. But you know what I'm saying?
Porter
that belt got to come up off Porter.
Porter could do some things to give Spence trouble for a couple rounds.
I just saw him against Ugas with the struggle fight, though, man. I know styles make fights.
If you're talking about fighting to the level of your competition, that is Shawn Porter. Like, he is the definition of that. And his rough and tumble, aka I took the style from Tim Bradley's style, it's difficult for a few rounds.
I haven't even seen that Porter in a while. That Porter has been non-existent. Porter used to fight like a rabid Wolverine, and now he's got the Texas shot.
Thurman took that from him. Thurman said, "Give me that." Thurman said, "Give me that."
I mean, Porter hasn't fought good because he absorbed a lot of punishment from Thurman in that fighting that wild outside. And I think that's. And then after that, you slowly. I mean, you didn't see that shit anymore. Like,
his ass is so fucking tired from making weight now. Shit.
Yeah, that too. Porter's not. I said before. I keep on saying Porter's not long for 147, and he'll either lose his belt on the scale or he'll get drained and he'll get beat up really bad at some point.
Yeah, I think he's gonna take punishment from Spence. I don't really see anything he does better than Spence either.
Right.
I think Spence brawls better. I think Spence fights better on the inside, outside, back foot.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Fight him on the inside?
Stronger, more powerful.
But yeah, Spence's pressure is way better than Porter's pressure because Porter smothers his own work.
Yeah, a lot, which is
Spence actually gets the most out of his inside fighting and pressure.
Yeah, well, I appreciate Shawn Porter for giving us this fight, though. If they do go through with it, because
I appreciate him giving us.
I do, man, because he could continue running from him like a lot of other fighters at welterweight do, man. But we need unification at welterweight, so that way Spence and Crawford could get it in eventually for the undisputed.
Mm-hmm.
It's looking like what I was my wish list is coming true. It's gonna be Spence and Porter, and then Thurman and Pacquiao, and then the winners fight each other.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And then the winner of that fights Crawford.
Yeah, I was just about to ask Leon, man. You've been what's the deal with this Crawford and Khan? Yeah, Crawford and Khan. I know Khan been trying to trying to talk shit and beef up the fight, man. But I just want to get your opinion on all this shit, man. Because Crawford just like, man, I'm not even trying to hear this Khan shit, man. What up? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's no mystery, man. The man is on the roster, and it's no other welterweights there. So they got to scrape up whatever welterweight they can find, whether it's Benavidez, Jeff Horn, Amir Khan has a recognizable name. And that's all they can do, because unless they get a PBC fighter, that's all people want to see. That's all people will ever ask about. So we was talking earlier, if he beats or when he beats Khan, no matter how he beat him, it's gonna be when you gonna fight Spence, when are you gonna fight Porter, when are you gonna fight Thurman, and until that happens, man, it's just gonna be all pressure on Crawford. And we was talking about it earlier too. Like, they're not really promoting this fight. Terrence Crawford is not a boisterous type of person, so that's where you rely on your machine, your ESPN, your Top Rank, your promotional to get like Eddie Hearn. You know what I mean? Sell you and talk about you and keep your name in the press. But it's hard to do that when
Crawford
the names that gonna come up is the names you're not fighting. So it's like, what, you can't really talk, you can't really have a conversation when it's just talk. You know what I'm saying? There's no action towards a Spence fight, a Thurman fight, or a Porter fight. So I mean, as far as a fight, it's cool fight. I mean, to keep Terrence Crawford in the conversation, but it's not going. I mean, if he dominates him, it'll be a good look, but it ain't going to move him past the how
The
people
meter,
feel
right.
about Spence right now, or how they feel about I mean probably just Spence, because Thurman and Porter still gotta Thurman gotta come back into it, but that's all I see on it, man.
Let me ask you too right quick, man. And when if Crawford and Spence them sit out the table, like what's gonna be what is the holdup when they actually sit down? What do you think is gonna be the biggest thing, the biggest obstacle?
Everything, man. I couldn't even tell you off the top of my head. I would just think everything. You know what I'm saying? Because depending on how it go, I mean, so Spence has the bodies or on his roster that can really elevate him to new levels. Crawford can't really push his ceiling is a lot lower than Spence's right now as far as what he can reach. So if Spence end up beating Porter in the unification, and then Thurman versus Pacquiao winner in the unification, he gonna come to the table as an A side, and I don't know, man. You know how that shit goes with Bob Arum and Al Heyman. I mean, I don't know. I got a headache just thinking about that because you asked me the question.
Yeah, because I was like, which side is going to concede and be like, you know what?
What network is it going to be on?
Right, that's what I'm saying. What network going to concede and say, you know what? I'll fall back just to make this fucking fight. I don't know who would do that.
That's not Arum's MO though. That's not his MO. And if you look at his history, he doesn't like to concede. He doesn't like to concede unless he's getting like the lion's share. And even then, his thing is always, well, why would he have to split purses and split all this revenue with another promoter when he could just have his fighters just fight in-house and collect 100% of the revenue? That's always how he's been. He's not going to come to the table unless it's forced.
Yeah. For sure. Arum is putting fucking young Machiavelli and Teofimo on that card, though, so shout out for that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, at least the undercard will be banging. So I mean, that's a plus.
Yeah. News, how you feel about this, man? Like when they do sit around and negotiate, do you what side as of now would concede to make the fight?
For Spence and Crawford,
right?
That was happening right now,
right? I think just in general, whenever they come to, well, it's hard to say because, like you said, like Leon said, Spence can come to the table with 3 belts at that point. But I'm just saying, I guess as of now,
as of right now, I think that as of right now, Top Ranker to concede. I think that Errol Spence has a bigger name amongst the casuals than Terrence Crawford, so I think that they would have to concede. Yeah, I just can't see them fighting though right now.
I think you can see if you. My bad. I was just gonna say. I mean, if you got options, then you don't need to concede. You know what I mean? So that's why I felt like Crawford would concede every time. Because I mean, okay, so after Khan, who you gonna fight? This mandatory, and then after that, who you gonna fight? You know what I mean? It's like, where you gonna get the guys if you don't go to the PBC well? I guess you want to call it.
I mean, because unfortunately, on the WBO side, take a look at Crawford's rankings. I mean, Lee Machine canceled him in South Out, and then Khan is number 2. Jesse Vargas is number 3. You know, so I mean, but I mean, I'm not sure Vargas' whole emotional situation is, but he would probably be, if it gets back, he would probably be next in line for a shot at Crawford. He's actually high up on everyone's rankings, by the way. But
the fans only want to see 3 or 4 fighters, and none of them guys you named is them. So it's not going to be acceptable for him, man. Like it's just like News said, it's going to be just fighting just to fight. That's it.
Fight to fulfill the contract,
right?
Yeah, but I guess that's a good. That's a good stopping point for tonight, man. And thanks for everybody for tuning in. You know how we normally do. Shoot it around the room. We get our last thoughts off. Then News go ahead and take us home with the stretch run. I'm good.
What up, y'all? It's your boy Smoke at Free Smoke Boxing. And promoters, please stop putting average to good fights on pay-per-view. Put great fights on pay-per-view. Make that shit special. Not good fights. Great fights. Holla.
Yo, what up, yo? It's Pat Scorpion, the New England representative. And all I gotta say is rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle, man. It's that was a horrible tragedy.
Rest in peace.
You know, and gotta stop this violence, man. You know, can't be dying over bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I gotta say.
Word. Took the words right out of my mouth. What up, y'all? This is your boy P, and you know where to find me on Instagram and Twitter at Bodega Boxing. Now, if y'all excuse me, I'm gonna go just chill, listen to some Nipsey, and finish this fish and chips.
Hey,
what?
Fish and chips.
What up, y'all? It's Leon. Follow at the Champ Side, subscribe at the Champ Side, and just to reiterate, man, rest in power to Nipsey Hussle, man.
Yeah, once again, y'all, this your boy News representing Ringside Rave all day. Y'all know what it is with me, man. Like the fella said, man, rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle, man. Like I said before, I can't believe that somebody who put so much work into giving back when they could have left. They could have left and took their money and did something else with it. Instead, they stayed back, looking to try to get back to the community, and the same community is where you meet your demise. Still, regardless, like you try to change your life. Ain't that crazy? You try to change your life to get away from it because say it either ends in death or in jail, but it still ends the same way. That can't happen anymore, y'all. We got to be better than that. But with that being said, I don't want to leave on that note, but rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle because he made a lot of great music. If you never heard Victory Lap, go give it another spin. Give it a first spin, you know. Classic album. So first debut, Grammy nominated for the best rap album of the year. But as far as us, Ringside Rave, man, continue supporting, man. Follow us here on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify. We'll be back with another episode for you. And with that being said, we out.
Yeah.
Peace.
One.